Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trading recap. In this trade recap, we're just going to talk about overall markets, overall market conditions, just go over the day. So, I ended up taking a short today and not a long. I'll show you why I didn't take this long. So, coming into the day, first of all, bias, I'm leaning a little bit 50-50, to be fair. I'm leaning more bullish than anything though. I did want to see maybe London low get swept, and then maybe those that. So this low here, it's a 30-minute intermediate low. So it's this 30-minute low here, resting inside. It's that low resting inside that 30-minute fair value gap there. Right, let me wake the fuck up. Wait. Right, I'm fucking ready. I was born ready. Right. So I wanted to see either a sweep of this 30-minute intermediate low or a sweep of this London low. We're just kind of ranging. There's no hourly gap, so we inverse this hourly gap. We had this hourly gap here that we were respecting at the time. We've got this LR here, so overall bullish. We've got this high time frame bearish, bullish SMT. Sorry. So I'm really just looking for maybe a sweep of one of these levels and then getting a long off of that, or a short off of maybe these levels up here. So that was kind of the thought process coming into today. But we ended up not taking longs. Now there was a good long opportunity upon market open. So market opened, we came down. Well, it was a mid long opportunity. I'll tell you why I didn't take it. We edged this low here, and then we also had this 50-minute fair value gap here, which I hadn't inversed yet, and then we also had a 5-minute. So this could have been this is a really nice PDI. We've got this accumulation. We manipulate. We're still respecting this 1 hour fair value gap. The only issue I've got with this is that the 5-minute is within the 15-minute. We've not hit these relative equal lows on either NQ or ES. They're actually quite correlated today, NQ and ES. Which I don't see much of. But yeah, no, we never ended up sweeping this low out. We just made it relative equal lows. So I was just really not wanting to take this trade, mainly because of that, but as well because the 5-minute was within the 15-minute, and we could still respect that 15-minute and then come lower, wanting to resweep this low before we go higher. But yeah, we ended up just pushing through. This would have been a good entry here. Long off that, cover that, and then go for either this draw, or all the way up there for that draw, which would be insane. Generational wealth missed out on today. But yeah, the reason I didn't take this is just because we've missed that 30-minute intermediate low. We've swept no liquidity, so we could just inverse this 5-minute, respect the 50-minute, and then come lower. So that's kind of like what I was thinking, and that's why I didn't end up entering this trade. But that trade ended up running all the way past these low resistance draws in liquidity, going all the way up to previous day highs drawn in liquidity, and then we ended up having a 15-minute order block up here. That price, where's price going? That price tapped into. We order block right there. We 15-minute OB, just above previous day high. That price ended up pushing up, tapping into. Now, because this move was so big, like literally a 300-point push, 400-point, we had a 400-point push off a sweeping no liquidity. Someone make it make sense. We also had these relative equal highs, sorry, on ES. That's why another reason I was quite bullish. But yeah, so after that big rally, I wasn't expecting price to really come down a lot as well. Like, I mean, no, I was expecting price to come down a good bit because we had a 400-point move with no retracement, which is like quite mad, to be honest. But I was expecting price to just go choppy after this big move, because normally what happens after a big move like this is we accumulate slash consolidate. So I wasn't really expecting too much after this big move, but if I saw an opportunity I would take it, and then shorts did look quite nice. So previous day high, the last real draw on liquidity I want to see price hit before coming down, because even to be honest, like I feel like we're going to be quite bullish this week because this just looks like a massive buy model. Shit. It just looks like a humongous buy model, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be surprised if price just continued going bullish, retraced a bit, and then just continued higher towards these external draws on liquidity. But yeah, I was so surprised at the big move that we ended up having off of sweeping no liquidity. Price was obviously just really wanting to take out these low resistant draw on liquidity. But now getting into the trade I ended up taking, so we ended up sweeping previous day high, taking out all this LR. We had this 50-minute order block here that I noticed. I marked that out because it was just above the previous day high. And then I ended up scaling lower. We ended up forming a 50-minute Fairvalue gap here, and we had this 5-minute internal low here. And then just a really nice reaction off the OB in the previous day high. So I was really liking the look of this trade. And then I scaled it into the 1 minute. I was looking for the highest time frame version of the current trading leg. So we had this 1 minute here, but we ended up forming a 2 minute. So I was looking to take this 2 minute. I ended up taking it on the close. I could have waited for a retracement. I should have waited for a retracement. But I never ended up doing that. I ended up just entering on the close. A retracement though would have gave me such a nice RR. So nice. But yeah, no, I ended up entering on the close in this, and then targeting the 50-minute fair value gap for my take profit. Now I was expecting this to like deliver decent, but I wasn't not expecting it to like accumulate a wee bit. So I ended up entering this. We created this breaker block or CISD, whatever you want to call it, breaker block, CISD, whatever. So this is my line of defense. So I ended up just putting my stop loss at the body close above this because I didn't expect price to push past this, and if it did, then it's likely just gonna take me out here. So I wasn't too bothered about covering the wicks. So then yeah, ended up entering here, and then we ended up like just pushing up and down, coming really close to my stop loss. But I never ended up getting stopped. And then price ended up pushing back down a bit. Like as you can see here, like I said, we were starting to like really go choppy and start accumulating a bit after this big rally. So it wasn't unexpected, and this is what actually held. So we ended up fucking hell. We ended up forming a 50-minute for value gap here. Now I'm sure you're wondering why didn't I go break even after this 50-minute for value gap got formed and got made and got hit, sorry. And the reason behind this is because I was expecting price to chop around after this big rally, and as well as that, this 50-minute, I'm not like, obviously it does matter, but I'm not too caring about it because I feel like if price is going to continue higher after this, we should want to rebalance that more discounted 15-minute before going higher. And that's just kind of like what I thought we were going to do. So I never ended up going break even at the 15-minute here. I ended up just keeping my break even at that 5-minute internal low because that 5-minute internal low is within or just below that 15-minute. So I'm expecting at least this to get hit and then that 50-minute to get hit there. Now, we did SMT it here at this point, which I don't think I saw. I'm not going to lie because I don't remember seeing this. So I didn't go break even yet. But it didn't really matter. I'm sure price pushed down anyway. So yeah, it pushed down, and I went break even at this point. And now we tapped the 50-minute. Oh, my mouse is not working. We tapped the 50-minute here, and we ended up SMTing this, which I should have closed here after that SMT, but I didn't actually notice the SMT until like this candle finished up delivering. Or actually, yeah, it was just after this candle finished up delivering. So I never ended up taking profits. I just went break even, and as well as that, like at the time, I know I just what I was thinking actually at the time was, we have this S&T here, but we just hit my break even. I think I could edge a little bit more profit, so I'm just gonna keep my stop loss at break even. If I get break even, I get break even. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But if I don't get break even, I can edge a little bit more profits, and then I can get a better close. So I ended up just closing here, just because I felt like this was a decent point to close. I was up a 1.3 RR, and I just felt like, you know what, closing here seems alright. We're pretty close to the 50-minute anyway. Like I'm not gonna try chase that like profit when I'm already up a good little bit. So I ended up making about 300 on this trade. I risked 4 micros, and yeah, it was pretty nice trade. We ended up running a lot lower as well, but I just got off the charts after I took my profits. I didn't even like realize we'd ran this low, which isn't, it's not a bother to be honest. But I feel like, nah, actually, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. I was gonna say I feel like if I just like started trailing my stop after I hit my take profit, but there's no point doing that. I'll just take my money and dip. Like I'm not gonna chase that RR, chase that profit. But to be fair, we actually dumped with decent volume, surprisingly. And there's probably a trade around here as well. Only 5 minute retap. And you would have cooked on that trust. Inversion. Imagine you entered on the retap too. If you entered on the retap, you're fucking the goat. Cover the low. TP. Boy, a 15 minute or something unfilled. I'd probably just go for that. That internal structure, right there. And boom, you get edged. What a shame. What a shame you get edged. What a shame. But yeah, yeah, I mean that's the trade recap. I'll show you the P&L. 525 across 2 accounts. Pretty fucking snazzy dazzy do. Can't complain with that one. And yeah, that's that. Easy as that. Yeah, sweet. See you boys later.